heaven, West Virginia.
Yeah, look, the people like Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, these are the white people that Martin Luther King Jr. warned us about. These are the white liberals who have no sense of urgency, commitment, or integrity when it comes to the progress of justice in the country. And that's just a fact. I don't know if they can live with themselves with that, but that is the reality of the situation. The other reality here, and Bernice mentioned it in that clip, the chief architect of this assault on voting rights is not Mitch McConnell. It's not David Duke. It's not whatever boogeyman you think is hiding under the closet. The chief architect is Chief Justice John Roberts. It is he who has been an enemy of voting rights and racial equality from his very first job out of law school, which was to oppose the 1982 amendments to the Voting Rights Act. It is John Roberts who authored Shelby County v. Holder in 2013, which eviscerated Section 5 of the Voting Rights Act, which is basically why we're here right now. It is John Roberts who authored Rucho in 2020, which swung wide the doors towards gerrymandering, and it's John Roberts who provided the crucial fifth vote in last year's Brnovich decision, which eviscerated Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act. This has all been done by Federalist Society conservatives that have been put on the Supreme Court. And until we stop them, until we do something about the court, you want to pass your Freedom to Vote Act? I think that's a great bill. We should pass it. I think we should have passed H.R. 1. But always remember that John Roberts and his conservative cronies are waiting at the Supreme Court level to strike down whatever laws we put forward. As long as you let Republicans control the Supreme Court, you cannot have a fair and equal, just society.
All right, guys, that's the end of the video. And I'm not sure what this guy's talking about. Donald King Jr. there. He is talking some nonsense. Because if you look at polls when it comes to voter ID, let's say, African Americans are 70% in favor of it. And when it comes to all demographics, it's over 80% in favor of voter ID. The people that aren't in favor of the voter ID are actually believing what the mainstream media is putting out, saying that it's keeping certain people from being able to go out and vote, which is not true. And also they're saying the mainstream media is trying to say it's racist. When I'm like this, okay, if so, say someone has to go into a convenience store and show their ID to buy a pack of cigarettes. Is that racist? Depending on the color of their skin? No, it's not. Because they're doing it to everybody. Just like when it comes to voter ID, they're doing it to everybody. No matter what race, religion, sex you are, you have to show your ID. What's the problem here? And it just makes me laugh. Because if you look at other countries, all of Europe has voter ID. United States, I believe right now, 22 states require an ID to vote, or some kind of ID to vote. And when it comes to gerrymandering, when you brought that up, if you go to the most gerrymandered state in the Union, it's a tie between New York and California, which is run by Democrats. They have those states so gerrymandered that there is no way a Republican win that state at this point when it comes to being governor or even the presidency. There's no way. They would have to get all those Democrats to actually vote for them in order for it to happen, because they have isolated a Republican vote there so much that majority of people in those states that are Republican don't vote because they don't see the point. That is voting suppression. What's going on in California, New York, where they have been gerrymandered to the point where a Republican can't win. But Democrats, especially the Democrats on MSNBC, CNN, they're okay with this because it's their party that's doing it. But if the Republicans do it, it's not okay. It's another example of their hypocrisy. Another example of it is what happened the other day when Ted Cruz tried to introduce his bill to put sanctions on Russia. What they do, they used the filibuster to get to make sure it didn't pass, which they've been trying to get rid of the filibuster because they said it's anti-democratic. But yet, they use it to stop something that would actually sanction and hurt Russia. And this is supposedly the party that's anti-Russian? I think not. And then this guy mentions for the People's Act. It should be for the Democrats Act. That's what it should be. This thing All it's going to do is make the government, the federal government, run our elections. Which, if you look in the Constitution, that's unconstitutional because it says in the Constitution the states run the election. This guy's right. If it goes to the Supreme Court, and the way the Supreme Court is adjusted right now, it would be thrown out because it's unconstitutional. And that's why he wants to get rid of the filibuster so they could actually pack the court. He says pack the court. He pretty much says packing the court is the most important thing to do right now. And that's the only way any of their stuff is going to stay put. That includes what's going on here, Build Back Better, so on and so forth. It's to get rid of the filibuster. But guys, that's my opinion. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Peace.